Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general weekend check-in for the collective. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out this weekend or throughout next week. This reading may or may not be for you. This reading is also not sign specific, guys. So although I will call out any zodiac signs that you may or may not be working with, do keep that in mind. We're going to talk about some of these very potent astrology aspects. Today, Saturday, May the 7th, we do have the Sun sextile Mars, and then we have several aspects with the Moon. The Moon is shifting into Leo late this morning, and it's bringing in a lot of expansion, a lot of growth, along with a lot of struggles in order to embrace some new opportunities. With the Moon in Leo, sometimes in low vibration, it can seek to get praise and admiration from people. So, you know, it's wanting to be in the spotlight energies, and you might find yourself experiencing a huge loss if you have this deep desire for money and social status that's not really coming from the heart space. So I think it's really this energy of admitting any fears of criticism, and where you have this inability to accept healthy criticism and to, you know, accept any feedback, to use this for improving your life. So we can't keep making excuses for ourselves. I do feel there's going to be some drama in the energies in order to improve a negative situation. So we stop making excuses for ourselves and to tap into our own creative abilities. You might want to learn to keep your distance from certain karmic people in your life this weekend. When it comes to any insulting energies. But with the Sun sextile Mars, this is really boosting all of our self-confidence levels up, our physical strength, our vitality, and our courage to break free from any competitive wars that you've kind of been playing into, and to tackle any difficulties when it comes to something that you've been putting off in the past that is needing to be resolved. So it's about advancing, starting a new cycle, a new project, closing out these old relationship cycles, and bringing forward favorable, successful outcomes. But you're going to have a direct attitude. You're going to have to be self-assertive if you want that win-win outcome. So it's like direct communication is what I'm feeling. And it's indicating, you know, what it is that you really want from a partner and how to begin starting a new romantic adventure. And this initiation energy when it comes to collective team efforts is kind of what I'm feeling. So a lot of inspiration when it comes to breaking free from difficult relationships. And with the Moon throughout the weekend, it's forming several aspects that are kind of triggering this desire for deep communication, especially when it comes to relationships. With the Moon energy, it does represent our deep security needs. And it might be difficult to be with somebody who does not offer us what our emotional needs are asking from that partnership. So, you know, you might not be compatible with this person that you're with, but if you feel at home with another, I feel this instinctive drive to go towards what is going to feel like a family structure. So there's a lot of important energies, and I feel you might want to spend some time resting, rejuvenating, and, you know, it's really going to be obvious if you don't feel like sharing a bed with somebody else. So, you know, many stay in these karmic relationships longer than they should. And usually one ends up sleeping on the couch, the other in the bedroom, and the energy is separating. So there's going to be some challenges in the energy when it comes to, you know, maybe you're with somebody that you really don't trust. And if you're with somebody that you don't trust, then I'm not sure what you're doing in that relationship in the first place. And maybe there's a need to kind of reprioritize your integrity and explore a different avenue, because we're kind of all being asked to be straight talkers, to be truthful in all of our communication, and to move beyond this superficiality in order to get to the root of the problem. So you may negatively respond to the energies, or positively. I think it's going to bring forward a lot of unsettling challenges that people have been sweeping under the rug when it comes to the elephant in the room. And I feel this is the perfect opportunity to restore a sense of positive self-image and positive belief attitudes moving forward. But it does take personal integrity and being true to yourself as that highest priority if you want to avoid some shakeups and some upheaval. So we're being asked to no longer compromise our morals, our values, and if we want to live a great life of integrity and be known for our sincerity, then it's going to take rigorous honesty in the energies. And with the moon forming a square to Uranus, this is creating all kinds of tension, all kinds of emotional sensitivity and unexpected changes, and a lot of subconscious actions when it comes to our emotions, our moods, and stepping into freedom in spite of security. So a lot of relationships stay stuck and stagnant because of this security aspect. And, this unconventional innovation energy is bringing forward transformation in order to step into freedom despite of any financial securities. Whatever is taken from you, you can rebuild again. Money is pretty much an illusion. So it's like this opposition, this clash of energies when it comes to personalities. And relationships this weekend are likely going to feel like a battleground, and your domestic life is going to keep remaining unsettled, and you're going to keep facing all of these challenges and struggles if you're not willing to deal with all of these unresolved inner conflicts, likely stemming around unresolved childhood trauma and wounds. So square aspects are very similar to oppositions. So get ready for this energy of relinquishing the past so you can finally free yourself to experience this new energy. So get ready for a disruption of some sort that will likely trigger all kinds of deep-seated pain. And if you have this impulse to dominate another, I think get ready for the finishing of that relationship, because we cannot keep sweeping these issues under the life foundations that we have built, and it's just going to create temporary situations over and over. So it's like taking this glimpse into the past when it comes to this unrestrained liberty, and inevitably it's like breaking down all of these false foundations so we can re-anchor those roots in that necessary new energy. So freedom. We cannot step into freedom without losing a little bit of financial stability, especially when it comes to these karmic relationships and these vital lessons that need to be learned this life. When it comes to cooperation, commitment, responsibility, compromise, and shared decision making. So if you feel this innate sense that you've been dominated, or somebody's had authority over you, I think get ready to bow down in the energies and to not allow somebody to treat you that way, because we're changing our behavior patterns. We're stepping into more positive and creative intimacy within relationships. We're stepping into fulfillment, and that might require a rejection of your current lifestyle that's likely very unsatisfying. So you might feel tempted to just throw it all away in search of something new this weekend, because it's creating like this me versus you energy. And so if you embrace this energy and positivity, the doorway of opportunity will allow you to follow your own personal authentic essence and to go beyond any ego motivations. But on the flip side of that, some challenges might come up when it comes to embracing interdependence in your life and evolving past all of these south node conflictual tendencies. So it is like a battle zone between your wants and your needs, and that's an inner conflict which will be reflected in your outer world within a relationship of some sort. So the energies are kind of playing out when it comes to our inner world into our outer reality when it comes to this opposition. And, we're kind of being asked to confront these obstacles that are coming from the past, that are, being reflected in our outer world, and to face all of these struggles that the fact is, in truth, this is an internal war being reflected in your outer reality. And let's face it, we are our own worst enemy when it comes to creating our reality if we're in that low vibration. So the energy has a tendency to attract these challenging situations in your life as kind of like this unconscious attempt to recreate the tension from early childhood in order to finally address these specific habits or negative attitudes that have hampered our progress moving forward on this spiritual journey. So Let's jump in with some cards today, guys, and see what else needs to come through for the weekend check-in, self-development, and mastery. Yeah, so whatever challenges are coming up, it is a part of your self-development. Where have you been neglecting that pull, that tug from the inside that, you know, is yearning for this growth, this expansion, and to release all of this stagnant energy, because we are concluding this major karmic cycle right now. And what I've noticed in the astrology this week is all of the planets are in the lower half of the housing, which is all generational karma. So we're not only clearing our own personal karma this life, we're also clearing generational karma for a better future. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck when it comes to these energies this weekend. So, you know, it's definitely feeling very aggressive, but it will bring forward a lot of expansion and growth. So it's the void. Trusting that, you know, you have to go into that gap, that space and time in between these relationship cycles to really go within to heal the DNA structure within our cellular bodies. So there's that freedom, that liberation. So I do feel, get ready to break the chains of any addictive behaviors. And let's face it, people can become obsessed and addicted with people because they don't know their worth and their value. So get ready to face some impediments, some restrictions in order to finally break the chains when it comes to a relationship that's been holding you back. And freedom does always begin with a choice. And this is a big, big lesson in self-worth. And with the Taurus North Node right now, it is all about self-worth. What do you value? What do you want to bring into your life? Because there's a lot of spiritual connection going on within the collective with your spirit guides, your angelic team, the archangels, and your ancestors right now that are guiding us forward to understand our value this lifetime and our self-worth, and to understand that we all have a beautiful, distinct purpose that nobody else can claim but us, but we have to kind of claim it and come out of those South Node patterns. And we do have to kind of go into that void, that dark night of the soul, of this very uncomfortable evaluation of all of our relationships to understand these negative, repetitive patterns. And when we understand the lesson, then we can evolve beyond it and maybe even turn this lesson into an entrepreneurial teaching role of some sort. And I do feel like a lot is going on in the energy to help us evolve beyond this stuckness. And there is a lot of ancestral protection, a lot of guardian angel protection as you go through this transformation process. We're always watched over. We're always protected by the divine and our angelic team. So somebody here, I feel, is finding their confidence to move forward when it comes to this deeply embedded pain. And our soul will harbor all of these past life timelines in our cellular memory. And when we go through this awakening process, all of this deeply embedded pain has to surface for this DNA restructuring in order to redefine our future. But in order to do that, we do kind of have to face our deepest, darkest hurts and our deepest, darkest fears if we want to evolve and expand. So many in the collective, I feel, are coming into this deep curiosity of spirituality, studying spirituality, and considering a new alternative, a new way of being when it comes to getting grounded in a spiritual vocation every day. So let's grab a couple of illumination oracle decks. Somebody here needs to regain control of a negative situation. Maybe this situation has negatively affected your children. And yeah, there's definitely an illumination about, hey, we're here to break these generational curses for the future generations, for our children. So I feel a huge awareness when it comes to this deep, powerful lesson that is being concluded and reached when it comes to a healing journey. And somebody is definitely drawn to you, although they're stuck in these distorted views of their ego. I think somebody knows the only way to get unstuck is to stop reliving the past and to release any secrets. So somebody, I feel, has a secret that is about to be exposed in the energies this weekend. And somebody is finally ready to stop reliving the past in a karmic attachment. And sometimes we go into these karmic cycles and we're stuck there until the lesson comes full circle. And I feel somebody here is secretly wanting that forgiveness and to send a message, because even though they've been stuck reliving the past in a karmic attachment, somebody is drawn to seek resolution. So I do feel get ready to receive a message when it comes to a karmic lesson coming full circle, and maybe when it comes to emotional intimacy. And, you know, intimacy does require complete and total honesty, transparency, and accountability. And if you cannot bring that level of intimacy forward in a relationship, then I feel there's still some shadow work aspects that are needing to be done, because once again, that reconciliation, if you do want that reunion with that loved one that maybe you deeply betrayed in the past, that you're seeking this forgiveness from, you kind of got to stop reliving the past and just take that leap of faith and come forward with that message. And it might be challenging. It might be challenging to face these wounds, but there is a divine feminine here who is on point with her intuition, who has healed her life and is, you know, demonstrating compassion and patience. And maybe a divine feminine who's been patiently awaiting a reconciliation of some sort, really paying attention to the signs and the synchronicities, because I feel this manifestation is being created this weekend in order for this resolution to kind of come full circle. So forgiveness, and that first does begin with self. So it is the energy of, you know, being taken to the cross, having to face all of these insecurities once and for all. And if you want that beautiful new emotional experience in your life, that deep, intimate experience, you're going to have to be aware of all of the imbalances in your life and where you have been creating blocks or unwilling to make a decision to move forward when it comes to following your own heart, rather than people pleasing and always trying to make other people happy. We cannot keep pretending there isn't a problem or there isn't an issue. We cannot keep overanalyzing. If we want this balance in our life, if we want to reach successful compromise, it's going to take self-control, embracing all of these diverse challenges and being patient with yourself. And maybe it will require moving into a new home. Yeah, it might require moving to a new home. If you want all of these challenges to end, you have to welcome in that relief, and you might have to find a way to end all of this by relocating into a new living situation. So, you know, sometimes there are problems that just cannot reach resolution. So you might need to pack up and move in order to break the chains of this addictive relationship pattern. But let's see what needs to come through. We got 2 cards to start. There we go. So these just all flipped out in reversed, and there might be a need to block communication with somebody. So the current energy is that crossroads. It's decision time. It's time to take those next steps forward, to be bold, to be ambitious, and to choose with your heart. If you want that equal partnership with another that you have a lot of nostalgia with, a lot of love for, then you might have to expand beyond this stuckness, and you do have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. So somebody's definitely at the crossroads. They see clearly where they want to go. They want to revisit an old relationship from the past. Somebody's been over romanticizing how things used to be, but I feel there is a need to revisit some past energy that is going to be a part of your learning and your growth when it comes to maybe learning something new. We do get the 8 of Wands, which is indicating blocked communication. Somebody's got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stress being caused by all kinds of chaotic, unexpected events. I think do get ready for massive, rapid changes, and somebody's been blocked. But I do feel definitely blocked in the heart space with the King of Cups in reverse. So there's a masculine energy coming through who I feel is not very trustworthy, has not been honorable, has not been devoted. Somebody that definitely you could not trust in the past, that was very unsafe because they were emotionally hiding their intentions, their emotions. And I feel this could even be an emotional outburst of some sort, emotions all over the place. because somebody has been struggling with this unfounded fear, expecting the worst. And I think this is going to create a self-fulfilling prophecy in the energies when it comes to this worrying growing out of proportion. You know, with the Nine of Swords in reversed, I feel it's an extreme. And there is a need to refocus because somebody here has not been getting any sleep. They've been an emotional basket case. But I do feel, you know, because I think they walked away from wish fulfillment. I think this relationship that needs to be revisited from the past likely was your wish fulfillment. And maybe somebody went towards an illusion. And I feel there's some bad fortune in the energy for a passport judgment call. And this could even maybe mean a job loss of some sort. But there is a masculine that is emotionally all over the place and somebody that you cannot trust. So you might want to seek some counsel of some sort, but be aware of some hidden intentions because somebody has been playing into their pride and their ego. Maybe they've lacked compassion, and I think they are seeking forgiveness is kind of what I'm feeling. So you could be dealing with a Leo, but there is this masculine energy that is so focused on the negative, and worried that things are not going to turn out in their favor or the way they anticipate things to turn out. And this is going to require some forgiveness of self. Everything always happens for a reason. There's always a hidden blessing in all of these lessons. So somebody's been in an extended period of prolonged grieving, worrying about coming forward with an apology, an offer of some sort, something, you know, materialistic. I feel like something solid to offer. There's this oversensitive energy. I feel somebody here could also be going through an emotional and mental breakdown when it comes to a heart awakening and all of these oversensitive energies that are being experienced. So the energy might be a little bit moody, but I do feel somebody wants to send a message regarding a relationship that has recently closed out, seeking that new emotional experience with somebody from the past that is needing to be revisited. So I think get ready for a fated romantic encounter of some sort or an invitation of some sort when it comes to somebody coming forward saying, hey, I know I was mischievous in the past, but I want to come forward and be dependable. I'm ready to learn something new. I'm releasing that situation. I'm finding my personal power and I'm asserting my strength when it comes to relocating and breaking free from all of these challenges that I have been facing. I want to journey towards balance and harmony. Can you please offer me some compassion? I realize I've been stuck for a long time. Maybe I've been stuck for 5 or 6 years in a cycle. Stuck, you know, playing into illusions and fear and not listening to my intuition and not paying attention to the signs that the divine has been bringing forward. And I'm learning to release my fears. So I do feel like a major revelation of some sort that is going to make something crystal clear about somebody missing out on wish fulfillment. The Nine of Cups in reverse for me could also be somebody playing into like addictive behaviors, over drinking, over analyzing, which could create like a breakdown of some sort, a breakdown of the mind, an emotional outburst that brings something to a dead halt. There is a feminine here that is done with negative situations. She's gone through a level of purification. She's done with anything that no longer serves her. She's made that final judgment call. And maybe she's looking at the back and she's looking back at the past and she understands, you know, why all of this had to happen. Somebody here is very focused on their career, very single, and I feel they're done with somebody that's been stuck, unwilling to make a decision, unable to come forward with that truth. And this Queen of Swords is following her heart. She's done making people happy. She's not pretending there isn't no problems here going on. And I feel she's kind of come into balance. And she's kind of working on creating something extraordinary in her life is kind of what I'm feeling. She wants a brand new emotional experience. She's seeking a masculine energy that uses logic, that is organized, that is willing to take charge of a negative situation, that's willing to accept accountability and responsibility for their life, that is structured and disciplined. She doesn't want somebody you know, that's all up in their ego, trapped in an illusion of their own making, that lacks responsibility for that negative situation and refuses to make choices that will support their path to happiness. So I feel a feminine that, you know, maybe in the past had to cut a masculine out of her life because he played into addictions and unhealthy habits, or quite possibly third party energy, and maybe went towards another engagement. And I feel it's definitely the end of that very betraying situation. There is going to be an opportunity for some new happiness. And there's a masculine, I feel, getting a very heavy burden off of his shoulder when it comes to a melodramatic situation, because there was not balance in the past. Somebody was giving to more than one, and it's created all kinds of conflicts, all kinds of opposing opinions. And if you want, you know, peace in your life, then you're going to have to walk away from the drama. Is it worth your time? Why aren't you willing to stand up for yourself? Because I feel somebody here is an emotional basket case when it comes to a missed opportunity with what could have been a deep spiritual connection from the past. So I feel somebody's definitely romanticizing about how things used to be. And I feel there's definitely a feminine here that is very generous, very practical, is family focused, you know, has her boundaries in place, is solid, grounded, stable. And I think maybe was left out in the cold in the past, ghosted, abandoned. She's not worried about money. She's got a lot of love to give. And I also feel like she's sitting here, hey, I've reached that center point of balance. I've got my half of the pentacles to put into a foundation, and she's waiting for her match to match that 5 of pentacles. So, you know, release any fears around money. I also feel maybe this masculine is experiencing total financial ruin and might need to reach out to this feminine for some financial assistance. Maybe somebody has recently lost a job, and there's a lot of negative real challenges coming up in the energy being illuminated when it comes to an epiphany. There is a magical opportunity here to restore a sense of balance, but it's going to take decisive, focused action. And maybe, you know, somebody's going to have to come in and, you know, defend their actions. But I feel to choose intellectual responses in the energy over this combative energy. So we got the 2 fastest knights in the deck. There is somebody rushing towards this feminine saying, hey, I want to do the work. I want to take a leap of faith. I want to take that leap of faith. And I've been dreaming about you, dreaming about a new start with you. And somebody is getting ready to push their fears aside to come in with a lot of passionate confidence, knowing that this situation does require immediate action, or it very well could turn into a missed opportunity and you could live a life of regret. So there's going to be a shakeup, an event that's going to move something forward with a lot of great speed. That is going to bring all kinds of sudden, unexpected changes as somebody is reviewing the past very carefully, knowing that it's time to trust in their intuition. So I do feel get ready to receive a message, because somebody is needing to choose between 2 lovers with the 2 of Pentacles and the Lovers. And I feel there's going to be a message coming in, receiving a message of some sort when it comes to maybe somebody recovering from a toxic situation, and maybe somebody has been experiencing some illness or some heart health issues when it comes to the lack of this choice. So there is somebody preparing to embrace true love and deep intimacy, and maybe they've been working too hard, overworking, creating stress, juggling too many priorities, and there's no balance. And it's kind of time to step into loyal dedication for the future. There's definitely been somebody watching this feminine, planning carefully before taking action is kind of what I'm feeling. You've been waiting for the perfect timing, and let's face it, it's time to stand up for yourself and your beliefs. I want to say choose your battles wisely, because the energy can be very conflicting. But there's this major realignment taking place in the energies is what I'm feeling. So could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We do have Sag. We have fire and air. Again, we do have strong earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We do have Aries and Leo with the sun, and Pisces with the moon. So Could be any sign, but I feel somebody's been doing a very intensive review, digging a little bit deeper, spying, trying to get some information before rushing in with some communication is what I'm feeling, because there is going to be an unexpected choice in Lovers this weekend, because somebody's ready to choose somebody that will love and support them. I think maybe a masculine's been dealing with somebody that's belittled them, made them feel small, has not been a true support, and somebody's bringing into their awareness all of these people and circumstances that have been serving as a spiritual test. Honesty, honesty, honesty. So I do feel, yeah, somebody's been digging for more information, really being the observer and paying attention to the company they've been keeping, and coming into this realization of how unhealthy a situation is. Learning a valuable lesson is part of this evolution when it comes to all of these past life karmic timelines that we're clearing out, healing from the difficulties, embracing trying a different approach. And maybe that different approach is going to be coming forward with honesty, integrity, accountability. I was going to say integrability, but there's definitely a very painful lie that's been repressed below the surface. And no matter how painful this truth is, I do feel it's time to speak up and be heard once and for all in order for those healthy boundaries to be drawn. Because if you don't leave this toxic situation on your own, you're going to get thrown out, because the time is now to release all of these people that have been depleting us, not reciprocating our energy. And so there's all of these external influences coming forward in the energy in order for you to be brave enough to come forward and speak that truth. And no matter what you've been through, I do feel the worst is almost over, and it will only make you stronger. So get ready for a very difficult, honest conversation this weekend with somebody that likely abandoned you in your weakest moment and kind of left you at rock bottom to build up by yourself, because somebody now sees clearly they should have dedicated their time to you. They should have stood up for this connection when they didn't in the past, because this was a deep spiritual connection that the divine was trying to bring together, and forgiveness is going to be needed if you want all of these challenges to come to a close. So get ready for a gift, an offer of some sort, because somebody does not want to give up on this connection and has a lot of love for you. So there is going to be this resurgence of something from the past. And you can have that success, but you're going to have to, make that decision. You're going to have to make that decision. And that's kind of what I've got for a weekend check-in, guys. I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.